Hey everyone! So if you didn't watch last week's video, I highly recommend watching that before this week's video. But if you did, then you know that I am in week 5 of my pregnancy. And week 5 and week 4 are pretty much the same. So I thought I would just let you know kind of some of the things I didn't talk about in week 4 and some of the things going on in week 5. So the big thing that happened in week 4 that I didn't talk about was the fact that I stepped down from volunteering at the SPCA. And if you have known me for more than 5 minutes, you know that I love dogs and I love working at the SPCA. I have 2 volunteer positions there. One of them was a behavior foster and the other one was an adoption counselor. And I can't do those jobs pregnant because they're kind of physical jobs. I mean, sure, I could probably work with the dogs that are under 10 pounds and they're teeny tiny and cute, little puppies, but that's not the majority of the dogs that I typically work with. Most of them are bigger dogs and have high energy and will zig when you think they're going to zag. And so I knew that, especially from last year's pregnancy, that I would need to step down. And I had made that decision when I started back at the SPCA. I let them know, I was like, if I get pregnant, I'm going to have to step down. And they were so totally supportive of that. When it happened, when I let them know I was pregnant, they were excited for me. They wished me the very best. They wanted me to keep in touch. So I'm very, like I said, I love the SPCA. I love the staff there. And I love working with the dogs, and I will really miss them. So one of the more up-to-date things, like the things that is happening here in week 5, is that time is moving really slow. I have a doctor's appointment next week, and I really want to be at that doctor's appointment. I'm just kind of taking each day as I can, but honestly, I'm a ball of anxiety, and I've been dealing with a lot of fear. Not that I have a lack in faith in God, because I believe He's with me. In fact, I'm spending every morning, first thing in the morning, I come to my office and I do a devotional and a prayer time, and I write in my prayer journal, which right now, this is my prayer journal. It's by Rifle Paper Company. I got it off of Amazon, but I really enjoy it, and it's just enough space for me to write every day on a page. And it just helps me kind of gather my thoughts and share with God about what's going on in my life, and asking Him to calm my anxiety and remove my fear in this pregnancy, because I know that it's not good for me. I know that it's not good for baby, but you kind of get into that cycle where it's like, okay, don't stress, because stress will be not great for the pregnancy, but now you're stressing because you're stressing about the pregnancy, and now you're stressing because it just goes on and on and on. One of the things that God has done for me is this week, He had a friend in the neighborhood randomly message me one morning and said, hey, I'm going to go walk around the neighborhood. I wanted to see if you wanted to come with me. And I said yes. I had already planned I was going to walk around the neighborhood, so that was kind of neat that I would have somebody to walk with. And we talked about babies, and we talked about pregnancy, not so much about my anxiety, because I feel like I talked myself to death about my anxiety, and to Michael, poor Michael, but we talked about her pregnancy. She has 3 kids, and her experiences with newborns, and like all of her perspective. And it was just kind of getting out of myself, out of my head, that allowed me to relax for a little bit. And when I got back, like, I wouldn't say my anxiety's totally disappeared, but it has significantly gone down, which was really nice. And I'm very thankful for that. And I know that that was a God moment. Yeah, it feels really amazing to know that God is with you, and that He is, that He loves you. And He always sends those little moments that I want to remember. This last week has been a little rough in the anxiety department, but I'm very thankful. God has shown Himself to be faithful and shown Himself to be true. So looking forward to the appointment next week to see what the doctors are going to have planned for us. Michael's coming with me, so I am very excited about that, and I'll talk more about that next week. So until then, my future self, I'm very jealous of where you are. I want to know what has happened, but you already know. But I hope that you're having a good day. Anybody else watching, hope that you're having a great day, and we'll have a great weekend, and I will talk to you next week.